Aloha mai kako, or greetings. My name is Davis Price, and I'm the Hawaii Regional Director for NDN Collective. I am Kanaka Oiwi, or Native Hawaiian, and reside on the island of Oahu. I would like to extend sincerest gratitude to Senator Schatz and Senator Markowski for the opportunity to testify today and for the community's diligent effort to include the voices of Native peoples in this highly impactful legislation. NDN Collective is a nationwide organization dedicated to empowering Indigenous communities to exercise our inherent right to self-determination. Since 2019, NDN has deployed philanthropic grants to over 700 Indigenous-led organizations and projects across the U.S. and its territories, from Puerto Rico to Guam. In Hawaii, NDN has deployed over $4 million in grants to Native Hawaiian-led projects. One of the core functions of our work is to foster and develop economic systems that center the transformative value of traditional ecological knowledge. Today, I would like to highlight the groundbreaking TEK work, traditional ecological knowledge work that has been underway in Hawaii for many years. This Aina-based or land-based work is happening across Hawaii and is focused on restoring culturally significant spaces that once supported a thriving population and food system that was completely self-sufficient. Today, Hawaii is grappling with the impacts of a rapidly changing natural environment, and our traditional Hawaiian management practices are providing a guiding metric for what once existed and what is possible in the future. Hawaii is the most isolated landmass on Earth, a small island chain in the center of the largest body of ocean on the planet that once supported an estimated population of 1 million people prior to Western contact with no imported goods. This is nearly the same size as the population today. However, today, Hawaii imports approximately 90% of its food, which leaves our entire island population extremely vulnerable to disasters, whether they be natural or man-made. This statistic has become a mantra of sorts in the Hawaiian community as a movement for self-determination, cultural revitalization, and reconnection to ancestral land has gained momentum. We know the solution to our own food insecurity and greater collective sustainability is grounded in our ancestral knowledge systems. For many years, most people overlooked the fact that Hawaii has become increasingly more dependent on outside sources of sustenance, such as importing nearly all of our food, while our land and water resources are utilized for other extractive economic purposes or neglected altogether. That was until the COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent economic shutdowns actually gave everyone a taste of what happens when the ships stop coming. Empty store shelves, spikes in gas prices, and limited access to the bare necessities were wake-up calls to many who probably hadn't paid much attention to how vulnerable we actually are in the middle of a vast ocean. Since that time, much more attention has been given to the work happening in the Native Hawaiian community to restore spaces that are not only culturally relevant to our community, but are also a glimpse into the economic bedrocks of a once thriving ecosystem, our traditional food system. A traditional food system is traditional ecological knowledge in Hawaii, and it is recognizable to Indigenous communities throughout the country and around the globe. Indigenous ancestral knowledge systems most often highlight the capacity that humans have to enhance our environment, not only extract from it. This is the foundation of TEK, and it is imperative that we embrace the potential for a truly symbiotic relationship between our human societies and the environment. Developing these relationships better positions us to protect our resources and leave future generations with healthy environments that can continue to provide the resources they need for not only to survive, but to thrive. The conservation and research titles of the Farm Bill provide opportunities to codify the value of TEK and ensure that we continue to enhance conservation standards and practices. This also requires the compilation of data that measures the positive impacts of TEK-related work. There are many examples in Hawaii of restoration projects that focus on restoring land and food system resources, and we can visibly see the positive impacts of these projects. When traditional lo'ikalo or wetland taro fields are restored, the surrounding streams become healthier, native species return, and habitats are reinvigorated. When traditional loko'i'a or fish pond spaces are restored, the shoreline reefs become healthier, the upland streams become healthier, and native species return. These are the magnificent outcomes when people are engaging the land to amplify the natural occurrences of Mother Nature and optimize the natural environment's capacity to produce food. True symbiosis. I've been a part of a small working group that has been gathering input from 70 Native Hawaiian food producers regarding this year's Farm Bill. In addition to being food producers, these are cultural, environmental, and community stewards. This group represents just a fraction of the work happening across Hawaii to achieve self-determination and develop solutions to some of the greatest challenges we collectively face in our island society. TEK is recognition that our indigenous communities around the world hold foundational knowledge that can help us mitigate the existential threats we face with rapidly increasing natural disasters. Inclusion of TEK into the conservation and research titles was just one of many recommendations from the Native Hawaiian producers and members of the Native Farm Bill Coalition. Mahalo, I am humbled to be just one voice amongst the many thousands of our ancestors and relatives that carry forth the work of our Lahui, Hawaii, or Hawaiian nation. Mahalo for your time and consideration.
Thank you very much. We'll now hear the testimony of Mr. Desautel. Please proceed.